It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. KFI AM 640. It is The Conway Show. Ding dong, it's Thursday. And Thursday is the new Friday in town. These winds make me extremely dry and extremely nervous. Probably more nervous than dry, but it zaps your energy. It takes all of us back to January of last year when so many of our friends and families and neighbors lost everything. And every time the wind picks up, for the rest of your life, if you live through that, if you live through the January, winds, January 7th of last year, every time it's windy, you'll think about that. And you do. You wake up in the morning, you hear it in the trees and the bushes, and you hear the windows shaking around. And then you just remember what happened last January, and it sucks. And tomorrow is going to be worse. Tomorrow, the winds are really going to pick up. So I don't know. I don't know what you do other than, hope that we got that the fire department is kicking ass out there, and we don't run into too many problems. So we'll just keep you updated on those winds, when they're going to start and how bad they're going to be. Yes, ma'am. Angel Martinez, everybody.
Well, hello there.
Hey, now.
I was wondering, have you gotten your humidifier out?
You know what? That's so funny. I just washed it today. I'm in the. I bring out the humidifier. I put vinegar in it. I tend to it. My bed, on my side of our bed, it looks like hospice or a hospital. I got the humidifier. I've got the blood pressure monitor. I've got the
Air
mouth
filters.
The what?
Air filters?
Air filters for sure. I've got the mouth guard for snoring. I've got everything. I've got blood pressure pills. I've got cholesterol pills. I'm going for it. I am going to live till I'm 150. I have everything at my bedside to keep ticking. And I don't want anyone to remove my plug. If I have a stroke and go into a massive coma, keep me rolling, man. I want to keep going. Keep me going. I want to try to irritate everybody as long as I can. My car got broken into last night. How about that? Yeah.
No way.
At 2:30 in the morning, right in front of my house in Burbank.
No.
And so it had to be a guy with one of those, universal remotes that can open cars, because he went down the street and opened a bunch of cars and went through them. So I didn't notice it until today when I went out to my car, and it was a mess. He took everything out of the glove compartment, everything out of the middle console. He went through the entire car, the trunk, everything. Not a trunk, but in the hatchback and area. And he didn't take an effing thing. Nothing in my car was worth stealing. I find that so effing insulting. That I'm just like this, scumbag who has nothing interesting in his car. And I got robbed by a health nut. He left behind 2 Arby's gift cards, a Baskin Robbins gift card, and a Chick-fil-A gift card. All of them had credit on them. And they were all clearly sitting right there on the seat, on the front seat.
I would have taken those.
He saw those and didn't take them. What I'm going to do is next time I put a Whole Foods card and see if he, swipes that.
So it wasn't Foosh.
No, it wasn't Foosh at all. Foosh would have taken those Arby's cards.
That's right.
I got robbed by a health nut. He's looking for kale. He's looking for, for
Jamba Juice.
Yeah, Jamba Juice and smoothies. And I don't have the right lifestyle for this guy.
Gift cards.
Yeah, goddamn.
He was probably like, what a pig this guy is.
He probably broke in and go, oh, this guy's on high blood pressure medication. He's got a heart monitor next to his bed. He must have a humidifier. He probably could have looked up and seen me, because I was still up. It was at 2:30. We caught it on camera. But I didn't call the cops. Because the guy didn't steal anything. I guess I should have called the cops, right, to report it. But I didn't know if I should warn everybody on the street or tell everybody on the street. All of a sudden, I become that guy, who's walking up and down the street telling everybody, "Hey, did they steal your gift cards? They didn't steal mine. Hey, what'd you have in your car?" And I would have been insulted if the guy went up and down the street and broke into all these cars and took, valuables and took nothing from me. Bellio, I have 2 beautiful high-end flashlights in that car that I keep for emergency. One in the glove compartment, one in the middle console. He didn't take either one of those.
That's so weird.
Those are both $35 flashlights, Bellio.
Yeah, that's weird.
Those are run by 1, 2, 3 batteries. You know, like those expensive batteries. You
No,
buy
those
from,
are nice ones.
Yeah, from Home Depot. The guy didn't take the flashlights either. He left them all there.
And you sure he didn't take anything?
I know for a fact he took nothing. He even left my nasal spray. It was a full box of Afrin. He could have taken that. Could have gotten $15 for that.
Nasal spray.
Yeah, he took my nasal spray. I mean, he didn't take it. The box is still there. It's in the box.
Where do you get? Where do you go to unload a box of nasal spray?
No, he could have used it. It's windy today. You get clogged up. You know, could have had it. And, you know, he could have saved himself a trip to CVS. It was a mess. But I had to put everything back. And my father-in-law slept over last night. And his car, I think, got also rummaged through because I saw the lights go on in his car, but I haven't been able to text him or call him, and I don't know. But it's upsetting when it happens right in front of your house. You know, you like to think that your area, your house, right in front of your house is secure, and people don't do that. And then they do. And then, you know, you have to deal with that. So what can you do? All right, let's get back to the winds. This is a potential big problem tomorrow with the winds. So we must tell you about where they're going to be and how strong, especially out in Porter Ranch and Pasadena. It looks like 2 stories.
We're using our wind gauge today, and according to this reading, we had a gust of about 35 miles per hour early, and right now, the winds...
This is Porter Ranch.
...are light. Take a look.
The Northwest Valley. All right, here we go. Take a look.
Are light. Take a look. There were times today where the winds were just howling through vulnerable parts of Southern California and here in Porter Ranch. Southern California Edison is keeping a very close eye on the situation and tells us the winds could pose an outage risk.
Here we go. Blackouts, brownouts, shut the electricity off because of the wind. You know where else this happens in the United States? Nowhere. I don't know if it happens anywhere else in the world. When the winds kick up, we have our electricity shut off. It's only here in Southern California. I didn't see these stories coming out of anywhere else in the world.
Now, having said that, the one thing the utility...
You know what? This is not even a third world nation. This is fourth world. Because nobody on Earth experiences this, at least that I could find out, and I did a Google search pretty extensively.
Now, having said that, the one thing the utility doesn't plan on doing is shutting customers' power off during this wind event.
At this time, public safety power shutoffs are not planned because there's enough moisture in the vegetation on the ground.
Oh, great. Okay, so, God almighty, the plants saved us. The weeds saved us. The trees and the moisture in the plants saved us. That's what we rely on now. You know, we're like living like 7,000 years ago, like, you know, or 70,000 years ago, like cavemen. Moisture in plants. Me, Abel, go out now. You know, that's like something you would hear 100,000 years ago. Check moisture in plants before going out.
Ventura County Fire continues to monitor the winds and the conditions of brush along the hillsides and other vulnerable areas also. Now, the winds aren't as strong at this time and don't pose much of a threat with what the department calls one-hour fuels.
Right, but what about tomorrow?
That's the grass you see on the hillsides.
So as those grasses turn from green to brown, they do become more receptive.
Here we go.
To carrying fire.
Yep.
At this point, there's still high fuel moistures in those one-hour fuels. So despite the other risks that accompany a wind event like this, we're not anticipating significant potential for fire or fire growth.
Okay, good. All right. I'm going to stay on high alert, though, because I've heard that before. We're not anticipating any emergencies. And then the city burns to the ground.
And as you heard from Dallas, more winds are coming. And this reminder, if for some reason down power lines are in your vicinity.
Yeah, just grab them and try to toss them back up on the poles.
Utilities are telling us stay at least 100 feet away.
I got that wrong. I thought you're supposed to grab them and try to throw them back up on the phone pole.
Stay at least 100 feet away.
Wasn't there a guy that had a new saying for that? If you see wires down, turn around.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that guy, it was a turn around, don't drown guy. But I'll bet he's got his own saying for that. If it looks too deep, must repeat or whatever the hell he was saying. But I would say I can't. Is this it? I doubt this is
That
it.
good dump couldn't have come at a better time.
I think it's the same thing.
Close.
That works too.
I think
Yeah.
that's not what I was
Appropriate.
looking for right there. Why isn't that up there? Why I can't? Oh, here it is. God almighty, it's right in front of my eyes, and I couldn't see it. It was listed right there.
If it looks too deep, don't even try it. Turn around, find another route.
Yeah. Pick up those lines and try to throw them on top of that phone pole.
If it looks too deep, don't even try it. Turn around, find another route.
I like the first one better. I like this one better, much better.
That good dump couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, he's talking about the snow.
Dial
The snow.
911 and let the first responders come in and take care of that situation.
All right.
Reporting live in Porter Ranch, I'm Sid Garcia.
Yes.
ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
There you go. Ding dong with Sid Garcia.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
All right, KFI AM 640. It is the Conway Show. It is going to be windy in Pasadena. It was windy today, and that is very close. It butts up to Altadena, the Eaton fire, and so you got to be prepared, especially if you're doing construction in that area. There's going to be a lot of dirt and a lot of debris flying around, and it could, it could be windows or aluminum siding or whatever it is, or just dirt and dust. And it's a nightmare. It's another nightmare for that part of out of town.
Neighbors around here are scared, quite frankly, because of what happened last year.
And they should be, too. They should be, it's going to take years to get over that.
We don't normally get the wind.
If ever. There are going to be people who never get over that. I'd probably be one of them.
We don't normally get the winds like we see in Porter Ranch particularly, but we got them last year, and we're afraid we're going to have them again. Howling winds expected to blow through the San Gabriel Mountains, bringing back anxiety and post-traumatic stress from the fire that torched their town.
A lot. Yeah, we're like, oh my God, we need to get prepared if something happened.
Thousands of homes destroyed in the Eaton Canyon fire during the wickedest winds. The city warning of falling trees and down power lines.
We did have a over 100-year-old oak tree fall down last week onto a home. Again, with these winds, we've had recent rains, we've had heat.
How about that guy's luck? His house survived the Eaton fire, and everybody made it. And then 100-year-old, 10,000-pound oak tree comes slamming into his living room. God almighty, that area just can't get a break.
Again, with these winds, we've had recent rains, we've had heat. So with the weather, it does impact a lot of these thousands of trees we have throughout the city.
Lisa Dedarian says the city of Pasadena wants the community to be prepared, especially with new homes being built.
The concern is you get a lot of that dirt and debris with these high wind gusts.
I told you that dirt and debris, construction debris all over the place flying around.
It's going to service projectile items going into neighboring homes, covering the streets. Recommendation is through your contractor, if you're at that stage or independently, just water down that dirt.
That's right. Water down that dirt 2, 3, 4 times a day.
Just water down that dirt. Keep it patted down. That will last for several days.
Neighbors say while trying to be prepared, they are also trying to be optimistic.
Now we were walking, we were up, and we were saying, no, nothing is going to happen. Everything is going to be all right. And we are trying to be positive.
And hopefully nothing does happen. And again, remaining.
I'm with that lady. I hope nothing happens.
And hopefully nothing does happen. And again, remaining positive, but also prepared. We're live in Pasadena.
Yep, I'm with her. I hope nothing happens. But it's scary out there. Wendy's, we have time for this? Yeah, we have time. All right, a little lighter news here. Wendy's is looking for a guy like Stefouche. Stefouche, you'd be perfect for this. They're looking for an executive tasting or chief tasting officer, a CTO.
What?
Yeah.
That is you.
That is 100% you, buddy. That is 100% you.
Sign me up.
You should apply for it.
Maybe I should.
Well, and in your application, tell them you're on KFI and you can talk about it on KFI.
True.
That'll give you a leg up.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, now I'm taking that back. I don't think you should actually apply because I'm going to apply.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell them about KFI, and I could talk about it on KFI all the time. I love Wendy's. I have a Wendy's apron. I have pictures of me serving food at Wendy's.
True.
I know the guys
That's
who own Wendy's. I am Wendy's.
Wendy.
I am.
know Wendy.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
The burger you made, Timmy, was seriously the best I've ever had. It was
you're
so delicious.
a very sweet woman. There must be some kind of farmer's market you're doing this weekend.
Well, now that you mentioned it.
Okay, where are you going to be?
No, I actually don't have one this weekend.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Next weekend we can talk, but not this weekend.
That's great. Sometimes, and Angel's very, very sweet. She will say, hey, can I plug one of my events? I always say 100%, absolutely. She never asks for anything. But then sometimes she texts me and I don't read the text and I forgot. And I don't do it by Friday, and I feel horrible all weekend that I screwed you over, because I said yes and then I didn't do it. It's like it's exactly like when Steckler and I used to work together. Doug Steckler and I worked here at the station for a while together, and we had Thanksgiving off. And at my dad's Thanksgiving dinner, I thought about putting plates together and bringing it in to serve it to the people who are working on Thanksgiving. And Doug Steckler says, well, did you do it? And I said, no. And he said, so you thought about it and then you didn't do it? I said, yeah. And he goes, Tim, that's 1 billion times worse than not even thinking about it. He said, do you understand how rude that is? And I said, well, I just forgot. He goes, I know, but you were going to do it and then you blew it off. That's much worse than not even thinking about it. And so that's like me with Angel's, farmer's market. It's so rude to blow those off when I knew about them. But sometimes I don't read texts until, when I get home. I'm not one of those guys who's checking texts every 8 minutes.
That's okay. If it's the mention of what I'm doing that weekend or the $100 for Christmas or it's the thought that counts.
That $100 is sailed, darling. That is not coming back. You went down with the ship. I was giving Angel a year ago when I had, when I scored at the track. I was giving Angel $100 for Christmas, and I forgot to put it in the mail. And when I got to Calusa Casino, I was driving up to Oregon for the Christmas break, and I got wiped out at Calusa. Just gone. Everything's gone. Hit the ATM. No more money out of the ATM. Credit cards weren't working. I was out. And so I went back to the room. I didn't have money for food. I went back to the room and looked through my backpack to find like a Snickers or a granola bar, and I found the envelope that I was going to give Angel for Christmas. And I opened up. There was a crisp $100 bill in there, and I was back in action. I was back, baby. I went down to that casino like I was on cloud 9. The Rockefeller's back. Walked down to the casino. Bang, 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 bang. Gone. All of it. And sorry, Angel, you went down with the ship that year. Nothing.
That's all right.
Nothing. You were really close.
Doubled it.
You were one card away from a royal flush. You almost won $4,000. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you would have scored, man. And you know me, if I won the $4,000 royal flush, I would have quit and sent you the $4,000.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
100%, Bellio.
Since when?
100%. 100%. 100%. You know it. You know it. Yeah, that's exactly what I would have done. All right, we got to take a break here, and then we will come back. We got a lot more going on. Oh, talk about the Wendy's taster, because you might qualify for this. I'm going to apply for it. You might as well as jump in and throw your hat in as well. And Crozier, you should as well. You like Wendy's. You're always eating Wendy's.
Damn right.
And Bellio, you could eat Wendy's. Do you like Wendy's? No?
I guess not.
She's knitting again.
I love Wendy's.
No, she brings a sweater with her, and she's like, and knits. And it drives me crazy because it doesn't stop and never completes anything. She's been knitting for 3 years, and it's still like in the same, it's the same size.
It wouldn't be so bad if she didn't wear those horn-rimmed glasses.
I know. And then with the strap around her neck. Oh, and then the hairpins. What are they called? Barrettes in her hair. Barrettes. What are those called, Angel? Those little copper ones. That
Bobby pins?
Bobby pins.
Bobby
Yeah. Yeah, she's loaded up with bobby pins and her netting needles. And I'm like, wow, this woman's going for it. What a lucky guy John
She looks
is.
at you, the glasses go down to the bottom of her nose.
That's right.
Really?
Yeah, John scored, man.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
We're live every night from 6 to 10 p.m. We're here till 10 p.m. And if you don't believe us, go to California Street, gate number 17. Is that gate 17? I think it is. I have to look outside.
I think so.
Yeah, gate 17 at Warner Brothers. And we then look up at the building there, and you can see us here, and we're here till 10 o'clock. And 2 people so far have done that, right, Bella?
Yes.
One guy did it 2 nights ago, and a guy did it last week. And
we're on a roll.
What's the only rule?
No, we're on a roll.
I know, but what's the only rule about coming over and looking at the window?
Oh, don't shoot you.
Don't kill us. Yeah. Just don't kill us. That's very,
please.
It's very,
it's simple.
It is, it's a win-win for both parties.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't get in trouble with the law, and I get to keep breathing. So Wendy's is hiring a chief tasting officer. I'm going to apply for it. I'll tell you how you can apply as well. And good luck. I'll be your competitor because I'm applying. I want that money and I want that food. I like the food and I like the money.
Wendy's now hiring a new chief tasting officer. It's not a joke. It's for real. The fast food giant is looking for someone to eat, taste, and review Wendy's food, all while creating content for the brand. The position pays $100,000 every year, and applicants can work remotely with some light travel to local restaurants. Interested candidates are asked to submit a creative video.
All right. You gotta submit a video. I'll tell you where.
Explaining why they are the perfect fit. Bonus points, by the way, if you show off some of those Wendy's menu items. For more information on how to apply, just visit wendyschiefttastingofficer.com. That sounds like a good gig, right?
Doesn't seem like a bad job at all.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That chick's into it, right?
That sounds like a good gig, right?
Doesn't seem like a bad job at all.
Yeah. Quite an endorsement there at the end.
That sounds like a good gig, right?
Doesn't seem like a bad job at all.
It doesn't seem like a bad job at all. All right, you can Instagram, post a 60-second video on your Instagram account, but it's got to be public. It can't be a private account that they can't get into and they can't see. Include the hashtag Wendy's CTOC. C as in Charlie, T as in Tom, O as in Oscar, C as in Charlie. CTO contest. Oh, Christ. Wendy's CTO contest. Hashtag Wendy's CTO contest. So you can do it that way. You can go on TikTok, post a 60-second video and to your public TikTok account and include Wendy's CTO contest, hashtag Wendy's CTO contest. Or you can go to the website, wendyschiefttastingofficer.com and complete the registration form and submit a 20-second or 60-second video. 60-second video. And you get the job. It pays $100,000, and it sounds like it's a part-time gig. It doesn't sound like you're eating for 8 hours a day. So you can have your current job supplement your lifestyle with the tasting job, and then once you get in and you're a taster at Wendy's, I think it's easy then to get a great reputation and expand that and start tasting for McDonald's or King Taco and get out there.
Go all over the place.
That's right. Exactly. Because I don't know if you know this, but there are burger wars going on right now. You saw it at McDonald's with the big arch. I saw that big arch today, Stefouche. That looks good.
Yeah. I got mad at Petrus and Money for not inviting me for the taste test.
Wait, they had the big arch?
They had the Golden Arch, the double cheeseburger, and a quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh, it's called the Golden Arch.
Golden Arch.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I saw it. I was at McDonald's today, and I looked at that, and I'm like, I'd like to have that.
I love how Steph's at that stage, and I was like, I'm mad at them. They didn't invite me for food.
So angry. Because they know I would have probably eaten it all.
Right. That's probably why they didn't invite you. How many
You're
hot dogs?
becoming food entitled.
Yeah. Well, it's Steph food.
True.
Steph Food, how many dogs did you have last time?
The last time? Oh, before the accident?
Yeah.
11.
No, really?
Yeah. It was 11.
You hit double digits.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
You had 11 hot dogs?
Yeah. Because Sharon got worried.
That's probably why you got in an accident. You passed out. But, that wasn't a contest. It was just casual eating.
Yeah, it was. Well, yeah.
You had 11?
Wasn't a dare.
Nope.
With buns?
Oh, I had...
Extra buns? You had like 12 or 13 buns?
8 with buns.
Oh, 8 with buns, 3 without.
Yeah.
And you ate fresh onions. You like that?
I love onions.
I think they got annoyed because of how many hot dogs you ate on Hot Dog Day.
Yeah, every time I walk in when they have it, Petra's like, get out of here.
That's why we had to start our own.
I know.
Because you kept, just wiping
Taking
them out.
theirs.
Yeah. 11 hot dogs in a what period? What period? 3 hour, 4 hour period?
I think it was like 2.5 hours. Because we were 3 hours at the time.
So 2.5. You had 11 hot dogs in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, maybe a little less. Yeah.
Is that in your singles, Ed?
I should put it in there.
Yeah.
That's the sub line.
I'd stick that in there.
The big pictured underneath. I ate 11 hot dogs at work one time.
And wasn't even full.
Ladies.
Ladies. But there are burger wars going on right now. I know that Burger King has revamped their Whopper. And, it used to be wrapped in paper, and people complained it was always smashed at the bottom of the bag. So now it's going to be in a box. And I guess the bun is different, and the toppings are different. So we'll go over that, the Golden Arch as well. I'm a huge, huge fast food fan. I don't know if you've noticed, but last night I drove to Del Taco after work, and the night before I drove to King Taco. I eat like a 20-year-old who's not going to see 30. That's how I eat.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Burger wars are going on with Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, and I don't know, I guess In-N-Out. I don't think In-N-Out is ever really, in a war with anybody. They're sort of out there on their own. But Burger King introduced a new Whopper with a new box and new spread, new bun. And so they're trying to get people back there. McDonald's has the Golden Arch. I saw that today in a picture. Looks great. I love it. But it's going on, and you might benefit from it. When they introduce these huge new deals, they're always super quality to get you to love it and talk about it. Like when chicken nuggets first came out, man, they were beautiful. White meat, they were hot, they were flavorful. They had great dipping sauces, and then as years go on and on and on, it's chicken knuckles. And it's just not that great. But when they first introduce a product, it's sensational. It really is great. So let's find out what's going on with these burger wars.
One small bite for man. That's a big bite for a big arch. One giant controversy for the internet. In the past few weeks, social media has been having a whole Big Mac's worth of fun with this video of McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczinski as he tries to demonstrate his love of the fast food chain's new Big Arch burger. As you can see, he does not exactly take the biggest bite.
I don't know what the controversy is over there. Was it the size of the bite? I saw that video and I thought it was just a guy eating a burger.
I think it was the awkwardness of somebody doing that, like the CEO doing it. It's like he does not look like a normal guy eating a normal burger.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and also he called it a product. Well, I think that was the big thing. He's
I see.
We're really excited about our product. It's a burger.
That's right. Yeah, you should call it a burger. Yeah.
One commenter even shared a screen grab from this SpongeBob scene where Squidward cautiously tries a Krabby Patty for the first time.
Although I will say this, if he took a normal bite and called it a burger, it wouldn't get any extra attention. It would have just been one and done.
I saw like a 4-panel video of the CEOs of McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and A&W. Okay, all doing the bite of a new burger.
Oh, okay,
and everybody talks about how the Wendy's guy and what was the other
Burger
one?
King?
And the Burger King guy. They clearly were about the burgers, and even the Wendy's CEO cooked. There was a video of him cooking his burger.
Oh, is that right?
Whereas the A&W guy and the McDonald's guy looked like they were just kind of robotic and called them products or something like that.
Yeah, well, maybe it was at lunch and he had meetings, because you gotta be cautious on what you eat.
Yeah, it was like, couldn't you have got somebody that was a little bit more normal to do this?
Like me.
Yeah, exactly.
The official taster
That's
of all
why
this
they
stuff.
need this.
That's right. They need me.
Meanwhile, another commenter wrote, somebody said he was eating that burger like he was a contestant on Fear Factor. I love this product.
But see, look, if he just had a bite of the burger and he called it a burger, not a product, it wouldn't have had a shelf life. But because he did this, now everybody's talking about that. And that's what you need. Publicity for your fast food chain.
I love this product. It is so good. Kempchinski.
Yeah, that does sound odd. You got to call it a burger.
I love this product. It is so good. Kempchinski also refers to the burger as a quote-unquote product.
Well, Steffush, what is the Golden Arch? It's a Big Mac with quarter-pound patties?
Yeah, it's a Big Mac. I think it's 2 patties with, and it's got like the Big Mac sauce, I think, in it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's basically like a double
half-pounder.
Big Mac, yeah.
Yeah, half-pound burger.
Yeah. So
that's
I got to try it.
2 all-beef patties, special sauce,
Big
lettuce,
Mac.
cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Are you old enough to remember that?
I don't know it, but I do remember it.
All right.
And then Burger King said, no, hold the pickle, hold the lettuce.
These special orders don't upset us.
Yeah.
All we ask is that you let us serve it your way.
Yeah.
Have it your way.
America loves burgers, and we're America's Burger King. It's America, America's Burger King.
It's amazing how much time and memory we've committed to these burger places.
Latchkey kid.
Multiple times, which commenters also poked fun at for sounding so businesslike. In fact, McDonald's is now also having fun with this attention, sharing a photo to X and saying, take a bite of our new product.
That's great. You got to own that kind
That was smart.
That's the best way you're going to come out of that.
That's exactly right. You've got to own it and say, yeah, we effed up, but just go in there and eat it. It does look good, that burger.
But did we think the other burger companies would really sit this out? On Monday, Burger King CEO Tom Curtis rolled up his sleeves and got in the kitchen, albeit protected by an apron.
I thought I'd come down to our kitchen here at Wendy's.
And then on Wednesday, what do you know? Wendy's U.S. President Pete Serkin suddenly had
or as I call him, my new boss.
What do you know? Wendy's U.S. President Pete Serkin suddenly had a hankering for a Baconator.
See if we can get Pete Serkin as a guest.
And as with most boss, they steal what the employees do. So that's what you did.
That's right. Pete Serkin's my new boss.
Serkin suddenly had a hankering.
Let's get him on the show, Bellio.
All right.
Pete Serkin. Because
Okay.
I'll be working for that chap at some point.
President Pete Serkin suddenly had a hankering for a Baconator.
Absolutely wonderful.
And he took not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 bites.
Nice. Powered it.
Dude.
Before washing it down with their signature Frosty. One commenter writing, my goodness, move aside cola wars of the 80s and 70s. The burger wars of the 2020s are here.
That's right.
And guys, this is the Big Arch.
Yeah, the Big Arch.
I
No,
noticed-
not the Golden Arch. Is it he called the Big Arch, though? Is it called the Big Arch?
I think, is it a Big Arch?
Maybe it is the Big Arch.
It's
Maybe
a
I
Big
was
Arch.
right. Yeah.
I noticed in the Wendy's one, the CEO also made the point that has been made before about Wendy's, their Frosty machines never break down.
Is it,
Like it was a little dig there.
Wendy's, yeah, they're when they back in the Twitter war, they used to roast all the other fast food places.
So you ever go to McDonald's? You just go get a smoothie, like a Frosty, the ice cream, and it's always broken down.
Yeah, and they say there's only like one guy in LA that can fix them.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that is odd that they don't that's the reputation that they have. You go get an ice cream and oh, sorry, it's not working right now.
And that's where Wendy's took advantage of that again.
He
did another dig.
I have a Wendy's that's walking distance. A McDonald's that's walking distance of my house, and I get in the car and I drive to a different one because I know the fries are always hot at the one on Victory and Burbank. And that's important to me. You got to have hot fast food is worth its weight in gold. Cold fast food is you throw it out. Yeah. Just throw it the hell out.
I got the Wendy's right by me that's walking distance as well for the same reason.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Oh, man, I just love this food. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640.
This is KFI.
This has been The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. The Air is live. Join us on KFI AM 640, weeknights 6 to 10 p.m., Monday through Friday. Ding dong with this app.